with you with our crew in New York. The Hall of Famer, Michael Wilbon, is here along with our insider, Dan Graziano. I got my quarterback here, Jordan Rogers, ready to go. Dan Orlovsky's in Pittsburgh this morning. Football in a moment, but first, the performance of the night, and that is Suns Thunder Game 2, and really it's about this young man, SGA. OKC coming off a 35-point win in Game 1, second largest in a playoff opener by a defending champion. Let's continue to watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continue to put up the work. He was fantastic, driving, step back, money. Thunder up by 1 after 1 quarter. Second quarter, they start to pull away. Dylan Brooks, thanks for playing. After the jumper, SGA points at Brooks. Yeah, this guy's on me, 37 points for SGA. And then Jalen Williams, they have so many options, young options. Chet Holmgren, boom. Thunder up by 11, and here comes the separation. Find the big man, the easy flush. He had 11 points and 3 blocks. Holmgren in the third, finished with 19. Something to watch. Jalen Williams pushing, He would head to the locker room with an aggravated left hamstring. He has not been healthy all season long. He would not return. Under 4 minutes in the third. Thunder up by a dozen. SGA burying the 3. OKC up by 15. All right, here's the drama. The other Jalen Williams on the floor. Devin Booker gets the ball, and a foul called on the play. Fouls on Williams, but after the play, Book gets called for a tech. He can't believe it. You see the officials talking. Booker throws the ball backwards to keep the ball in play. And then you'll see Alex Caruso looking for a technical foul on Booker immediately afterwards. The Thunder would run away with it, winning by 13. They go to Phoenix up 2-0. But really the storyline is what exactly happened with that technical, and then Devin Booker went off.
For my 11 years, I haven't called a ref out by name, but James was terrible tonight, through and through. It's bad for the sport, bad for the integrity of the sport. You know, people are going to start viewing this as a WWE, you know, if they're not held responsible. It just feels disrespectful. You know I haven't won a championship in this league, but I have been in it for 11 years now. So to get to this point, to be treated like that, for me to even be saying something out loud, it's bad.
Oh, he knows what he's doing here with Michael Wilbon. He's talking about James Williams, the official there in that conversation. Michael, first off, you don't hear stuff like that from D-Book ever in his career.
No.
What's going to be the ramifications of the comments, and how should the league handle it?
The ramifications are going to be write a check, a sizable one.
Yeah.
That's a direct hit. You don't hear calling out a referee by name. Yes, he did it intentionally. We're used to coaches doing this on off days, historically, right? I mean, for decades, you'd have Phil Jackson and Pat Riley going at it, and Greg Popovich and Chuck Daly, and you'd have, you know, all these coaches doing this intentionally. They take their fine. Who knows whether the team would pay it or not? But to have, first of all, it's a bad call. He's throwing the ball back in to save it so that it goes off an opposing player out of bounds. It's a bad call. He wasn't tossing a ball at him. But I don't know that the league is going to take that into account necessarily, because Devin's going to get hit.
They all know the rules. I mean, you're going to have to deal with it. You can't specifically call out a referee in a news conference post-game. The emotional experience with Devin Booker is always flatline. So when he calls somebody out, all the attention and the conversation specifically is not about the Thunder. We will get to that right now with Jalen Williams going down. And again, I mentioned it before. He hasn't been healthy for most of the season.
Only played 30-some games in the regular season.
Yes, 23 minutes last night. Concern with this hamstring here lingering for a deep playoff run.
Absolutely. We're talking about a guy who's an all-league level player. And even though they were just fine in the regular season, largely without him. I mean, he missed, 50 games essentially. You heard SGA refer to it, and he said, down the line, to do this, we're going to need him. And they will need him. But, hamstrings, we could be talking weeks. So what happens? This series, the Suns are not going to be able to do much. But in the next series coming up, I don't know. They're going to he could rest. They're going to get the Lakers.
Yep.
It looks like. But at some point when you get to that next round against Denver, against San Antonio, against one of those teams, they're going to need Jalen Williams.
Or even Minnesota.
We'll see how that plays out. Let me not discount Minnesota.
Understood. Yes. And we're going to continue that conversation on the NBA playoffs.
Huge third quarter for OKC. and they lead 2-0, but they lose Jalen Williams with a hamstring injury. Janae, if he's out for any extended period of time, how might that impact the Thunder in this series and maybe beyond?
You're right. It was tough because just when J-Dub was back in cruise control, 19 points in the first half, his most so far this season, it's like the injury bug struck again. And Phoenix was actually able to go on a couple of runs. We saw Dylan Brooks put together a pretty solid game. He got hot. He finished with 30 apiece. And OKC had to adjust without J-Dub. Now, the best adjustment is probably the easiest in the NBA. Get the ball to the MVP. SGA scored or assisted on 61 of their 120 points, half of their points. So they have a luxury. They have an abundance of riches. Oklahoma City, they are one of the deepest teams in basketball. So without J-Dub, they could get it back to the MVP. But I do believe he will be integral because we saw how important he was to the finals run last year. So wishing him all the best with his health.
He had that 40-piece in the NBA Finals a year ago. He was second on OKC this season in points and rebounds. All right, Janae, stand by. Trev's got much more on the other NBA game tonight.
That would be the retro NBA playoff series between the Magic and Pistons. Meet me at the rim. This brother goes up there with cruel intentions, whether it's in basketball form or just ready to scrap. Fourth quarter action now. It's Cunningham. This was just filthy. The inside out on Paolo. Oh my. Barely gets it over his shoestrings. Ew. By him. Pistons get their first playoff win at home since 2008. Coach Bickerstaff on Cunningham.
I mean, he's him, and he understands that, right? Like, to have the size, agility, touch, speed, patience that he has, I mean, he's a matchup nightmare for people. That takes multiple bodies to stop him. And then even that, because he can get to his spot and shoot his midi, it's hard to get to him. So, I mean, he's embraced the moment, and he's leading us the way he needs to.
After dropping 39 points and 4 dimes in a Game 1 loss, Cade helped the Pistons to a Game 2 dub behind 27 and 11 dimes. He joins Hall of Famers Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas, who did it 3 times, as the only Pistons to record 60 points and 15 assists in a 2 postseason game span. Cade Cunningham is indeed him. Janae, our resident it girl, back with us on SportsCenter. We are locked up at one apiece in this series now, Janae, due to the floodgates opening for Detroit in the third period. What did you see from the Pistons in that frame that helped them run away with it?
First of all, I will always accept being the it girl. And what else did I see? You know what was it? It was the Pistons' defense, especially in that third quarter. The Magic shot 6 of 34. 18% on contested shots because of plays like this. Cade Cunningham actually is playing 2 players at once. He doesn't overreact to a shooter in the corner. Instead, he gets the deflection, and then the floodgates are open. He's downhill, and you know he loves to attack in this position. And one time, he kisses it off the glass. And then we saw good offensive possessions in the half court as well. Cade and Jalen Duren, finally that 2-man action was going. A nice sweet pocket pass here to Duren, who makes the extra pass. It's a good to great, finding Asar Thompson, who knocks it down, slams in the dunk. And this play right here I love because Asar is known as a defender. He's going to pressure full court. He gets laid out completely by the screen. It does not matter because he's got help side. This is 3 levels of defense in the full court, in the half court, and most importantly, when it comes to rim protection. They held Orlando to 83 points, their fewest